Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to the show. We got a new one for you. Actually, an older one, should I say. From all the way back in the year 2003. Yeah, man. Where were you in the year 2003? I have no idea where I was in 2003. Probably somewhere nowhere good in life, unfortunately. Um, from what I can remember, yeah, it wasn't a good time for me, anyways. But anyways, that's not about my life story. It's about this guy's life story. Here's a little read up. Before we do a little read up, if you guys are not accustomed to watch my channel, here are all the figures that I've mostly reviewed, with the exception of Al Simmons. So I reviewed Warrior Lilith, Spawn, which is an awesome figure. We'll do some comparisons with him in a moment. Of course, Ken, we're going to review, and then Malboja right there. And if you're wondering, there is Spawn, there is Malboja. We'll do some comparisons in a moment. But let's get familiarized with Ken. So here, I'm going to read it in dramatic fashion because I feel like it needs to be read in dramatic fashion. One of the most pivotal moments in the history of the Spawn story occurred with the death of his master, Malboja. But what if the event had gone differently? What if Malboja had not died? Spawn Mutations reveals a twisted vision of the Spawn world that could have been. Malboja, the ruler of the underworld, vows revenge on Spawn for his treasonous attack. In a flash, a malevolent inspiration, Malboja takes the unbalanced spirit of Billy Kinoid, a notorious enemy from Spawn's past, and infuses it in the body of one of his loyal, nameless minions, a fierce hunter and warrior. The new deadly creature, now known as Kin, goes to Earth, seeking the only person ever Spawn loved, his mortal wife, Wanda. Using her as bait, Malboja will lure Spawn into his trap. Interesting, guys. Interesting. Did you catch all that? Was that a little bit too dramatic? Man, he looks freaking amazing. I've saw this guy many times, and I've passed on him, and I got him for a good deal, so that's why I bought him. So open this package. We're going to need some heavy-duty scissors, because that's what, we needed back in the day to open these bubble packages, because this guy is sealed. Why they don't do these packages anymore? Because, listen, if you're an on-card collector, which sometimes I am, just depending on the figure, these bubble packages will probably last a lifetime. I mean, after the apocalypse, soon to be apocalypse, that will take place in the near future, these figures will last unless they get hit by the heat and they melt. Other than that, I think they're pretty sturdy. So, welcome to the history of storytelling, featuring your friendly neighborhood YouTuber. Let's take that out. So here's a little booklet. This is going to be advertising probably future Spawn releases, which are already out, and I've reviewed probably, I say all of them, with the exception of Wings of Redemption Spawn, but I've reviewed so many variants of this guy, and plus I made a custom of him back in the day. I've reviewed every single one of these figures. If you guys want to check it out, check it out. Then Predator, Collector's Club, Alien 3, Predator 2, Alien, Predator 2. Jeez, man, keeps going. Deluxe box set. And there you guys have it. Let's take out Ken. Man, we wasted enough time. 4 minutes into the video and I haven't even reviewed the figure. That is a true toy collector reviewer. He takes his time. This ain't like your Marvel Legend where you take it out and then takes you 2 minutes to review the damn thing. Let me bring my camera down just a little bit. And there is Ken. Man, so much going on. And yeah, let's clip him out, man. So much craziness. Cool stuff going on. Of course, he's got some twisty ties that he needs to be released right there. And like that, and like that, and like that. And right here as well. I've always seen this guy in package, so I'm curious to see what he looks like in real life. cut that out. Here's the base on which he stands. We've been given this base before, I believe, by Warrior Lilith. It's where you pretty much stand him on. Before, there was like a peg for, I think, one character. I can't remember who it was, but it's a rotating base, if you guys are wondering. That's pretty cool. I like that. And then you have like cardboard cutout where you can place, I think it's right here. So I don't, this is what I don't understand about Mcfarlane. Like, you take these two screws and you put them right here, and that's how you display Kin, which is dumb, bro. Because they have come out with so many other things now to make it much more easier, where you guys have seen it with the previous Spawn releases where they have like the plastic piece and then you just slide the cardboard piece into the plastic piece. But this is how they did it back in 2003. And he just got one tie right here. Wow. And there he is. And, oh, that's weird. That's unique. So, essentially, he's just kind of hanging on his back, but he's bonded with this tube that's connected to his head, and this guy is connected to his head right there. Kind of looks like a dog. Hybrid of a dog, human, caveman. And, man, look at this. Wow. I'm guessing he has some kind of infection on his back, obviously. There is the tail right there, half human, half dog. And you can't remove this piece, like I said, because he is bonded by this wire on his back. So he's a part of his back. And then here is this face right here. Come on, focus in. There we go. I swore I seen him standing on the street corner the other day. He was holding up a sign, homeless. Can you help a brother out? Jeez, man. Yeah, I like his little life preserver. It feels removable, but it feels like it's also glued to his back. Yeah, it's glued to his back. And then there's his boots, his pants. As you guys know, a lot of these Spawn figures are articulated statues, meaning that they limit imposability. There's his feet right there of his buddy on his back. Gives new meaning to get off my back, man. Get off my back. And then he has a silver piece around his brain, which no, that's separate. And then, of course, he has that infection going on, spreading to him as well, of moles and lesions on his body. Now, as far as articulation, the back guy, he doesn't really have anything. No, nothing on the for the back. The guy in the back, there's no articulation. For Kin, I'm guessing this is Kin, or maybe these two are just kindred spirits, right? That's where it comes from. Kin, the arms are just movable. They can go up and down. This looks like it can go up and down. This arm, nothing. And then nothing at the knees, waist, swivel, none. It looks like it, but it might be stuck. And then a swivel here at the knee and a swivel here at the boot, but barely moves. Yeah. All right, let's take a look at his accessories, and then we'll do some comparisons in a moment, guys. So, Kin does come with an axe right here. We'll take a look at the detailed axe, and it is flimsy and flexible and feels like it's going to break. There's the axe right there. Give you guys a good look. A very worn out axe. And then this piece right here, don't ask me what the hell this is. It looks like a snout. I'm guessing it has to go over his face. It's a pig snout and a mechanical piece that I'm guessing has to go over his face. That slides over his face. We'll place that on to him in a minute. There's the pegs for the cardboard piece. We'll take a look at that in a moment. And then here is, I'm guessing, just a arm. There's the arm right there. Arm, I don't know. He's just probably just holding an arm. Now, I don't think this belongs to anything. I'm guessing he's cannibalistic, my guess. Because both of their arms are attached, so I'm guessing he just carries the arm. And then here's the pegs, if you guys give a damn. And they just kind of peg into this piece right here for the cardboard piece. We're gonna skip that in a moment. Actually, I think the pegs too, there's a couple of pegs for his feet, so where he can peg in and peg on to this right here so he can spin around. You spin me right, you spin my head, baby, right round. You know the song, you know how it goes. And yeah, those are some of the few pegs that peg into his feet and then peg into there, and then you can spin them onto that. Let's take a look. I'm curious about this right here. I'm guessing this has to go onto, yep, there's pegs. See, there's pegs onto this piece right here. This guy, man, this guy is a pain in the butt right here. And it should peg into this piece right here. Easier said than done. And the pegs into this piece right here. Oh, man. So kind of like that. And then this piece pegs into this. That's how it goes. How disturbing is that shit? So the mechanical piece pegs into his face, covers up that ugly face with a more uglier mechanical pig snout-like face. Are you as disturbed as me? And then I'm guessing the axe goes into there. It looks like this on pegs. Let me see. Yeah, so this on pegs. So you can slide this into his hand and then peg it back into the bottom piece right there. And then him holding the axe like so. Very interesting, guys. So I still can't find my tape measure. My tape measure, it probably stands about 4 inches tall, I would have to say. So here he is with a typical Marvel Legend. This is like a 6-inch figure. So yeah, he would probably stand about 5.5 inches. If you're wondering, one of my last reviews, if you guys didn't see, here he is with Brain Drain, another Mcfarlane figure. Man, these figures were creepy as hell, bro. Let's do some comparisons. How about Spawn Mutations? This is Spawn Mutations. That's how he measures up with Kin right there. If it couldn't get any more creepier, then there you have it. If you guys want to see a more in-depth review of this Spawn, like I said, go ahead and check them out on my Mcfarlane playlist. Here he is with Malboja, one of the best figures I think Mcfarlane has ever released, man. This guy is just so well, nicely detailed. It just doesn't get more awesome, more better than this. And you can see the size comparison, too. This Malboja is pretty big. This Malboja, let's do a quick size comparison if you're wondering. This is how he measures up with a 7-inch Sinestro, so you can see how big he is compared to him. And then, of course, you know, Hawkman back here. That's how he measures up with Hawkman as far as, like, length is concerned. And then here is Kin. Really, really cool. One of the last creepy, cool Mcfarlane figures of Sarsiza. I can't even remember her name, bro. I can't pronounce her name. It's an unpronounceable name, like the symbol Prince once garnished. The artist formerly known as Freak. Okay, guys, let's put this guy on the turntable. Actually, you know what? Oh, we knew the turntable because I got my own turntable here. Let's see how well he stands. Oh yeah, and here's his arm. So if you want him holding the arm, so here's the arm right here, and it is rubberized as well, so you can just kind of slip it into his arm. You can slip his arm. You can slip You can slip his arm into his hand. slip slip his hand into his arm. That sounds creepy as hell. Let's put him on the turntable and I'll give you my thoughts, guys. So overall, this guy kind of reminds me a mixture between like the Hunchback of Notre Dame and the guy, I forget his name, Dracula's assistant, Renoir. I can't remember his name. It's a small figure. It's an articulated statue. Ain't nothing much going on with him. The detail is pretty creepy. So if you guys like creepy, cool stuff, kind of like, Clive Barker's Tortured Souls, some of the figures that I just showed you, you guys might like this guy. What he makes up for in articulation, or what he lacks in articulation, he more than makes up for in detail. That's for damn sure. There's a lot of stuff going on with this guy, and that's what made old school Mcfarlane really, really cool. And this is what you wanted to collect back in the day, because nobody was making this stuff, and still nobody makes this kind of stuff today. You can't. I think it's kind of impossible to make this kind of stuff today with the bloody parts, showing and all this gruesomeness. I don't think there's a toy company out there that's making this kind of stuff where there's missing limbs and a hand right here and disfigured body parts and mechanical parts attached to it and lesions and just creepy stuff, man. So Mcfarlane was ahead of his time back in the day. What happened to him today, not really for sure. I mean, he's making cool, clean products like this, which is an awesome figure. Don't get me wrong. Very cool, very clean. Sculpt is great. Paint is great. But then again, you come to this guy and it's just, this is what made Mcfarlane Mcfarlane. This is what made his name, other than Spawn. This is what made Mcfarlane Toys, was this kind of stuff. You know what I mean? So I'll be generous. I think I've went on long enough. I'm going to give this guy, I'll give him a solid 8 out of 10. I definitely like him. It still stands the test of time. 8 years, or excuse me, not 8 years, over 20 years later, it's a great figure. It's a good figure. Not a great figure. This right here is a great figure. Right there. This is a good figure. I like it. All right, guys, if you tuned in for this little review, I'm sorry I went on for so long. But if you sat through this entire review, thank you. And I'll catch you in the next review. Peace out.